here's another mod I really love. Now, as you can see, the settings aren't here. And by the way, if you're at this point and you're like, Brandon, I'm watching and I'm trying to follow along, but I don't have this menu that you're looking at. You're gonna want this one first, right? I don't know what all these settings are. Anyway, the mod menu. Download this first. If you're gonna download all these mods, if you actually want to try mods and download Fabric, download this with Fabric. Okay, that's the only time I'm gonna say that. So now back to the main point. I'll link that in the description as well. Fabric Waystone. So now, if you're wondering what that does, or if you don't know about it, a lot of you probably know about it if you've watched Half Asian Squat and his videos. I love what he does for the modding community. Like, he just posts all the time about mods, and I try to keep up with his releases and see the new mods that for quality of life that he mentions. But basically, what it lets you do is, oh, okay, interesting. I'm not sure why. Okay, so you have to go into the config file for this mod, which I think is typically in the mods pack. Post editing here. Quick side note: after this video was posted, there was an update to this mod, so now instead of having to go in the config file, you can now edit the mod settings in the mod menu. So yeah. All right, back to the video. Folder. Oh wait, I went the wrong way. Yes, that's why I'm farming the bamboo, is because in the settings, I don't know what it is by default. It might be like ender pearls or something, I don't know. But you can change it to whatever item you want, or block even you want. But I liked it as bamboo because I think it's a great source for using bamboo for, in my opinion. You can choose how much you want it to be. You can choose like the cost and the cost multiplier and stuff, and also cross dimension stuff. And there's different blocks you can make it out of. So if I look at waystones, there's the link in the description will be to like what the waystone things are. There's a lot to this mod actually for teleporting and transporting. You can make it cost effective. So there we go. I've discovered it. Now, oh my goodness. Why do these cost so much? Okay, I don't know why. I'm gonna need to go into why does this cost so much? I need to fix that. That's insane. Jeez. Why is there wait, what? Okay. Not sure. Anyway, yeah, so I just used 10 bamboo. So the base cost I set was 15, but since Ice Guard is like over here and Mangrove, I put 2 here. And that was off camera. But holy cow, it's that much. I'm gonna need to change that. That's insane. Actually, I'll change it later, because like you can change it to where when you teleport it's not so expensive, but geez, that's what I have it set to. So you have to go into your config folder, and then you go into F Waystones is what it's called. I know it's really weird. So it's config.json, and so you open that full file, and I'm not going to show it on camera. I need to change this multiplier. Holy mackerel. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Alright, that's a little better. That's still stupid expensive. I don't even know how many blocks away this is, to be honest, because I don't remember things being that expensive. So this is about 2,000-ish blocks away in each direction. And then this one's about like 4,000. So, yeah, I'd say maybe it's worth that much, but to be fair, bamboo's super easy to farm now that I have especially now that I have an automatic farm. I don't know why it lets you teleport to my own. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not supposed to let you teleport to your own waystone. I really don't know why it did that. Ooh, it's raining. Anyway, yeah, so the Waystone mod, I'm getting so distracted, I'm so sorry. Just ignore these tabs. Okay, so the Waystone mod lets you rename your things, and if you want to know what Terra Liberorium means, it means land of the free in Latin. That's what I named this little village I made. Back to what I'm doing. So yeah, Waystone mods basically lets you set a currency, what item that you want to use to travel with, to pay for to travel to each waystone. Sometimes waystones can spawn at villages or naturally in the world, and you can configure that however you want. Yeah, that's the waystone mod. Not going to go over that too much. I haven't really used it too much in this world because I have the wings, of course. The falling leaves one you just saw, like whenever you break a tree especially, or when your tree is sitting there and you're looking at it, the leaves will kind of fall. Let me just show that with an example. Oh, I love So almost acts like it's very like by default. I think it's pretty nice. You can make it work more or less. And when you break the tree, all the leaves kind of fell down. If you saw earlier, I think also Essential makes it where you smooth zoom in and out. And I think it lets you scroll through, and I think that's sick. So the next mod, Verticore, it's supposed to be kind of like the hydrogen mod or something like that. I think that one's out of date. So this is like a performance mod as well. Basically what it does is it reduces, yeah, it says right there, reduces the memory usage, which I really like. I think I've noticed a bit of improvement in performance just after using it for this long. I just figure use every performance one you can, especially when you're using a ton of mods and shaders. There's Fiber, which is another config thing for fabric, fiber to cloth, I don't know, another thing. Forget Me Chunk, now this is a performance one as well. And basically what it does is when you run over certain chunks, sometimes there's a lot of lag or stutter, and this is supposed to basically remove that a bit, fix that, and it seems to have done that a lot, because I know sometimes my chunks are very stupid, and when I run over chunks, which I do a lot, especially when I'm idle running like I am right now, or fly even, it kind of supposed to reduce that that lag. So if I if I fly here, like you can tell, like there's no lag now. It's actually amazing. Like before, when I would load in a certain amount of new chunks, the game would stutter sometimes, and I don't seem to have that issue now. And I would definitely recommend giving it a shot, maybe trying this Verticore mod. It's on Modrinth, by the way. If you like Courage Forge, I like Courage Forge too, but Modrinth is kind of, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's pretty recently new. I'd say to me it's new. Like GitHub-based mod place to download mods, and I like the UI of it a lot, and I like it. It's very easy to download and use, and seems to be just as up to date as Curse Forge. Curse Forge just has a lot more mods, I would say, but Modrinth has a lot of those performance-based mods that are really nice, especially the ones like for fabric and stuff. Furnace Recycle, very straightforward. All it does is let you recycle the items in game, like your armor or like horse armor even, or other like chains or whatever, anything that's made out of a metal or whatever, like it's like iron or gold or even diamond. I think diamonds are recyclable, but like that isn't normally recyclable in a furnace makes it recyclable. So like you can get nuggets or whatever from certain items, which I think is just a little nice feature to have. That's why I use it. I think it's just nice. I've actually used it a couple times now. This is a library, I think. Indium is a sodium add-on, which I'll get into what sodium is later. It's basically just an add-on. Interactic. Now, this is a fun mod I use, and it's configurable as well. But it's one you want to, if your friends, if you want, like, I don't know if your friends have to have it. I think whoever's hosting can have it, but if you don't have it and your friend does, then yeah, I don't know. Then yeah, it doesn't work that well. So basically what it does, and I love this mod, it's sick. So typically like items are not 2D, but this base are 3D, but this kind of makes them 3D, and it also lets you do this. So say this, I can throw, oh my gosh, I threw that very far. So I can throw items now. I think it's sick. So, and you can also pick it up with like, I think it's right click. So you could drop it, makes a sound. I don't know if that's extra sounds mod or what, but and you can, if you hold it down, it gives you more power, right? And then I don't remember which mod shows you what it is, but with you can configure this as well. I have the way I have it set, I really like. I'll show you again what I have it set to if you really like the way mine is set. But basically it makes gives kind of some sort of like like physics with a lot of the blocks, and this is what I have it set to. I don't know what I don't know half these. But anyway, act as projectiles. I think that's and then right click picking up and throwing and stuff like that. Think it's sick. I like it. Link to that will also be in the description. If you don't want half these mods, that's totally okay. This is just a whole guide of what you might want. Inventory tab. So this is one I've actually been really wanting to show you guys, because basically what it does is if you go into anywhere there's a chest or a hopper or skulk or whatever it's called, shulker box, or even like anything with an inventory, including yourself, it will let you kind of tab. And this is one like I think, I don't know, some YouTubers have talked about, and I like it personally, especially if you're doing a lot of like inventory management. Now I need to fix my inventory. These item frames were supposed to be in front of the chest, I believe, but so that it shows the icon. Like this is what it's I think it's really sick. and it lets you just kind of open up things really quick. It's way easier for managing inventory. And by the way, Charm lets you have this sort feature. Really sick. Goes really well with this mod as well. So like as you can see, this item frame does not cover that because I put it above. I like to have them above, so I'm gonna have to go through and put the item frames on top of the chest so that it works properly, but I'm too lazy right now. I got other things to do. That's that mod. That is the Taps mod. Iris. Now here's a big one. Well, takes you right there. So Iris, like I said before, it's basically, it doesn't work with all shaders, unfortunately, which is really sad, but it's a more modern shader mod for Minecraft. Works better, has better performance, and when you combine it with Sodium, which I'll show later, it is a great mod. Now that's Iris, and I would watch videos on it if you really want to know. Now this is a mod, Item Scroller. This is a mod I haven't really used a lot, but I do use it for some things, and it's got a lot of toggles and hotkeys, like a lot of hotkeys. The hotkeys is really where it shines, and the orange are the ones that have conflicts. Now, the thing I really have only been using it for is like, it lets you like I think if you like you can hold shift and like I think that's normal. If you like. You can scroll the items into your thing. There's another thing I'm trying to do where you like shift. There we go. You like shift alt click it into. It's like yeah, you do control shift click and it like lets you bring it all into your inventory. There's a lot of those things. I think that's what I have set to at least that I really like, and I have not bothered myself to learn it. But there's the one thing if you've been paying attention when I type certain characters like that, it lets you. Item Scroller lets you have an kind of an automation for crafting as well, which I think is really complicated and crazy. I just don't bother with it because it's just not very vanilla, and it's also very complicated. But I like the hotkeys, and I think they should be in vanilla, personally. So yeah, that's the Item Scroller. There's a lot more to it. I didn't really explain it that well, but it just lets you do a lot more GUI control. It's basically an inventory update, which, by the way, they should add in 1.20 if you're listening, Mojang, which you're not. This is a mod pack. I don't really use this. It's a resource pack mixed with a mod again, but I don't use it. If you guys know a good mod that works with any resource pack even or whatever that lets the grass grow on the side, please tell me in the comments if you watch this later when I actually have an audience, because this one doesn't really work that well, and I just don't like the way it works. If this is the one that everybody uses, then just let me know what I need to change, but I just don't like it. Now, this is the mod I love. This is my favorite mod in this entire pack. And I hope this makes it into a video, because I really hope this video isn't too long. I'm not going to go through all these settings. There are plenty of tutorials online for how to use this, but I've already kind of told you about it, but to briefly kind of cover it again and kind of convince you to get this mod, because oh my gosh, it's amazing. Let's say you want to make this, right? You want to make this guy, or this guy, right? Obviously it doesn't work with shaders, but if you toggle the rendering on, I have it in single layer. There's different settings. There's a bajillion hotkeys for this. I will mention that, forewarning. But it lets you create the creative copy of this build, piece by piece, copy it into a schematic, even different groups and pieces of it, and load it in to your world the way you want to do that, right? And it has like all of these settings, like the schematic placements and the loaded schematics, and like it lets you like really manage builds, big scale amounts of builds. Like when you have a ton of builds and you want to just like build it through and follow your own tutorial like Legos, that's what it reminds me of, is Legos, and that's why I really, really love it a lot. I don't even know if that's the right level, but I just love this mod. I highly recommend it. Now, if you had cheats turned on, I think you can make it where you can paste the schematic. I don't recommend that if you want to have a vanilla survival experience. This actually works really well in creative worlds as well. Like, if you just want to copy paste things, it's like kind of like World did it in that sense, or cloning commands. Personally, it's like, hey, if you built something in one world, you want to build it in another, or you want to build in your friend's world, and this mod is able to be used in a friend's world, this is a great mod to have, personally. I love it. It's sick. I can't believe I just discovered this cape on camera. That's amazing. And also that there's mobs, like, out here. That's making me so happy right now. Anyway, getting distracted. So that is Light Matica. It's a sick mod. Check it out, please. Lithium. Now, this is another optimizer mod. Got a lot of just different performance things. I couldn't really tell you, but it's great. Just download it, try it out for yourself. I've noticed performance improvements by having just all these mods on here. It makes it feel better than vanilla Bedrock on console. If that tells you anything, because obviously console has less capacity than my PC, but duh. But like even Bedrock, like comparing shaders versions of like this with shaders somehow performs better overall than Minecraft without shaders or Bedrock without shaders. Like it just does. Like these performance mods, they really optimize the game the way that Mojang should optimize better. Just saying. The fact that you have to have a bajillion mods just to make the game run the way it's supposed to is kind of silly. This really should be a live stream and not a whole video, but that's okay. You know what? I have no idea what that is. It's a weird place to kind of continue off of. I don't know what that is. You can't really delete this one, and obviously you know where that's gonna take you. I already said what that one is. We're getting there. We're getting there. Not enough animations. That kind of goes really good with that better third person thing. It lets you have a lot of cool animations. A lot of good settings on here. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. Really nice. Phosphor is another optimizer mod I really like. Good one that works with sodium and all that. Pinlib is a Minecraft library. Map. It adds map. I think it's like it comes with another mod. Lets you add markers and map icons. Like for the mod I'm going to show later that I've been using, the map mod that I've been using, as well as the advanced compass mod. Raised again, I think that's literally just so that the hotbar isn't cut off. Doesn't really matter because I can raise the hotbar anyway with the other mod. Resounding. Now this is another mod I added because interesting. I don't know. I haven't really messed with a lot of these settings. All I know is you can really tune and toggle how you want your reverb to sound, because that's really what this is it adds a lot of reverb, it adds the cave noises, it adds like the occlusion, the ray, like it makes the sound very like nice, like overall it just is a sound overhaul to your game. If I go into like, for some reason this thinks it's a cave, but when I go in here, you can hear how the steps sound a lot different in there than they do in here. It's because of the resounding. You can hear it better in caves than in a room like that with a beacon like that. But basically, yeah, it adds that reverb sound, and the zombies and the skeletons, their sounds echo through the walls. It's a sick. There's other ones that are probably even better. I like that one personally, so link in the description if I can find that one again. Will be on probably CurseForge. Shulker tooltip. What's in my shulker? That's all you need to know. So if I have that shulker in my inventory, it will let you hold shift over that and show you what's in it. That's all you need to know about that one. Simple HUD utilities. If you look in the top left corner of my screen, that's what that is. It's kind of like a vanilla, like, oh, here's what direction I'm facing. It lets you also show like other things that I turned off. It shows you the time. I just like it. It's just like so you don't have to use F3 all the time, and it goes away when you have F3 turned on. I had it turned off for some reason at some point. It lets you show your coordinates, your direction. It has a lot of cool features, and you can change the text color. I think it's really great. FPS, I think I just like to have that. It lets you have this guy, which is very interesting. Direction status. Sodium. Now, I've mentioned this like a bajillion times. You've probably already heard of it. If not, it's an open source optimization mod for Minecraft, which really improves the frame rates and reduces lag. Like you can get up to 3 times better FPS in Sodium than you could in Optifine, and that's what I've actually like playing. I've started off on Optifine for the longest time, and even now, like overall, like yes, I'm using very demanding like shaders and demanding settings for the shaders and demanding world like and load for this game. But with all of that, I still get above 80, like, or even sometimes 100 FPS and more. Like, sometimes I get almost 200 FPS with shaders, which is insane. Which, even with Optifine, is a demanding thing to ask of. So, I would totally suggest using Sodium. It works with Iris. I think Optifine or Optifabric works really good with Iris, too. But, yeah, like, sorry, not Optifine. I don't think Sodium works with Optifine. I don't know, maybe it does. Anyway, don't quote me on that. But Sodium, great mod. Just get it. That's all I can say is just get it. Sound categories, I think that's a no idea. I think that's a dependency. Same with these guys. Okay. Anyway, Toro Health. That one's a really nice one. All it does is like adds like the hit points, like when you see the enemy when you hit them, which I'll show in a bit. There's a chicken. You can see the health bar in the top left corner. It kind of covers my simple HUD mod. And when I attack him, you can see the 4 HP. Ooh, chicken. But yeah, it shows hit points. It shows your health bar. I think it's nice, especially when you're trying to manage what certain friendly mobs' healths are, like your animals, your dog, whatever. I think it's a nice mod. I like it for the immersion sense of, oh, this is like, it's like, you know, Skyrim has health bars and other games have health bars. I think why not? So that's why I use that one. We're getting there. We're almost there, baby. Let's go. Trash lot. I've shown that one a million times now. But yeah, you can move it around actually wherever you want, which I think is really cool. It doesn't blend with your HUD when you have a resource pack to change it, like the dark HUD. Which, by the way, I had that dark HUD thing that makes it dark mode. Basically, I'm not using it because it doesn't work with this resource pack. But basically, trash slot. Let's say I have this bone, right? Or put it in there. Let's say I put this bamboo over that. Now that means now the bone is gone. It will basically be, it's what you think it is. It's a trash can. Now, that's why you have to be careful if you put something in there by accident. If you put something on top of it, it will be gone forever. So it's like lava in that sense. I like it because sometimes like you collect like seeds or crap you just don't want and need, and you don't want to just throw it out, you know. So getting rid of it so easy, especially when you're like not only strip mining, but like when you're trying to terraform and you got a bunch of dirt blocks or cobblestone and you don't need it, but you don't want it just to despawn. Like you can either keep it or just throw it in that trash can, you know. It's like I just like it. Vehicle fix, I don't know if this is actual mod I installed or a dependency, but basically it just fixes when you're on a boat, a horse, or whatever, minecart. It fixes that collide with blocks, whatever. It's just a little fix. Wandering collector, now I don't really see this mod a lot or use it that much, especially with the charm feature that I have, where basically charm has a feature where when you die, there's a totem called the Totem of Undying, where when you die, it drops that totem, right? And you have to go, and charm has another feature on top of that where you could turn it on where you can see your death mark, which, yeah, you could kind of say that's OP, maybe. You could kind of see your, like, where you die, right? Like, I get it. I like having it because I don't like to have to figure out where I died. And honestly, if I know where I died, it really doesn't change much. But if I don't know where I died, it's like, okay, I gotta go and find it, and then it'll despawn. And I've still lost my stuff, even with the little skull marker, because it works with the mini map and world map mod that I'm using. The charm thing does, surprisingly. Ooh, that's really pretty. Hang on, I gotta take a picture of that. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's really cool. That's so cool. I didn't know that was gonna be there. Wow, what a cool... Anyway, sorry, I'm getting really distracted. That mod, what was that even? Wandering Collector. Yeah, so Wandering Collector, I don't really use. Basically, when you die, it's supposed to, like, have a small chance that they'll have your dropped items that you died with given to you. But the problem is with that is that all I drop is the Totem of Undying now because of Charm. And so he never will find my stuff. So I don't really need that mod. If you want to use it and you don't want that setting on Charm where you have the Totem of Undying, totally would recommend it. I can't really demonstrate it to you. But yeah. Totem Undying. Don't you worry, guys. We're almost done. Hopefully this video can fit into one video. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Wind chimes. Now, this is one somebody I used to play with recommended to me and I got. I actually need to make the wind chime. I'm going to make one right now just to kind of demonstrate because I have yet to make one and I just keep forgetting. So the wind chime mod is a very just random mod, honestly. Very random. And I wouldn't have gotten it without playing in the other world. So let's go ahead and figure out how to do that on camera, honestly. So the wind chime is exactly what you think it is. It's a wind chime. So if I do I really like, there's 3 different types of wind chimes. So there's the bamboo, the copper, and the iron. They all have different sounds, and it's like wind. So that literally activates them, which doesn't make sense because there's no wind in the game. But at the same time, I mean, it kind of makes sense. It works. So I got some string. I'm only gonna make one. Let's see if I can make a button really quick. I think I can just do this to make a button. Yeah, so let's do that. Do wind chime. There we go. Sick. So we just made we made our first one on camera, and now I I think I want it like right here. And that's what it looks like. And when you right click on it, it sounds like that. Now there's other ones, they sound more like actual chimes. This one just kind of get that. I think you get that. Yeah. And you gotta click it to make noise. It's also random. I'm gonna try to make an iron one to see what it sounds like. I remember what it sounds like vaguely. Let's try to make an iron one. Wind chime. An iron one is 2 iron and a button. So let's do that. So here's another wind chime. This is the iron one, and I'm not gonna make the copper one right now, but you can go make the copper one yourself and see how you like it. I personally like all 3 of them, but the bamboo one's my favorite. I'm gonna do. Let's do it right there. I think that sounds sick. I'm probably gonna put like another bamboo one or like a copper one in the farm or something. I don't know, or even actually that one might go really well in here, to be honest. But I'll do one later. They're pretty sick. They're very just ambient, just nice. So it's like, why not have it? So that's why that's cool. I actually got to really demonstrate that mod to you. That's cool. It's a nice mod. I love it. The wolf with armor mod is exactly what you think it is. It adds armor for wolves. I think that's sick. I don't know what else it does with that, but I don't have any wolves in this world because I lost them all when transferring. So I need to go back and get wolves so I can actually use this mod. We're at the end, boys. We're at the end. Now to my favorite mod, other than schematic mod, is the minimap and world mod. Now these two go hand in hand, and if you've been paying attention at all, these markers everywhere, that's the world map mod, I believe. Well, it uses the marker mod, I think, but that's why I have all these markers, and that's why I'm able to do this. Now this is the X0's Waystone and, or not Waystone, X0 world and minimap mod. I don't think you can see the actual waystones on the minimap, but I put markers for them. That's what these two are. Now, this kind of shows you a lot, and I'm not going to go into detail on everything, but it lets you see your players are shown in white dots, by the way. I didn't know that when I first did this, so if you do play with friends, they're going to be white dots. They're not going to be arrows. They're not going to be, like, heads. It was very confusing, I know, but when you're playing a server, all the dots move. But when you're playing in single player, it actually pauses the game. I didn't know that as well, so that's why nothing's moving. It's very interesting, and it works. It has this mini map. There's another world mini map mod as well. I don't remember what it's called, but that's another good one if you want to use that one instead. This one's very configurable though. I have it as a circle, and I have the hotkey to zoom in, and you can very much configure it, make it transparent. I just like it for the immersion. If you have cheats on, you can also use it to teleport. No, I can't do it because I can't use those commands. Yep. So there you go. Now that's full proof that I can't cheat. Just in case you were wondering, I can't teleport without the waystone. That's why I got the waystone mod. That's a mushroom biome. Whatever you want to call it, the mushroom biome. So yeah, so that's how I have these markers, and that's how I'm able to see the map. And that shows light levels. I think that's a setting you turn on, but I think that's really cool. That's the Waystone, or X0, that's the X0 minimap and world mod. And last but not least, and this one could be controversial a little bit as well, but this is the XP storage mod. Now, there's a lot of different versions of this mod, but this mod I like because of, not only because, this is a weird mod, but I like it a lot, and I'm not really using it that much, especially with the Dark Enchanter. It helps to, if you're trying to get, if you want to use the Dark Enchanter or even Enchanting in general, and you want to stack up on XP, and you have an XP farm like I do, like I have my zombie farm, for example, it lets you make a book, and this book is the first level book is very expensive. It already uses, I think, diamonds or netherite or something stupid like that. And then, if I look at it real quick, if I get a book, right? This is book 3. So book 1 costs a diamond, a book, and 3 lapis. Pretty expensive already for one book. Now, these books, I think you can either toggle them to be, in the settings, to be one use or not. I can't remember. But it has a certain amount of XP, can hold up to 30 levels, basically. Now, book level 2 holds up to 42, and that costs a netherite ingot and a level 1 book. So you have to not only do to make a level 1 book to get a level 2 book, kind of like with an advanced netherite, but yeah, you have to use another ingot. It's ridiculous. And then a level 3, you have to use a nether star, so you better get your wither farm going. Lets you do 6 to 9 levels. Nice. Anyway, yeah, so that's the XP book thing. I think it's, for the grind, I think it's kind of like worth it, personally, to have that extra bit of grind ability and the extra bit of, oh, I can store XP now in books and reuse them as a storage thing. I don't know. Up to you. If you liked those mods, if you end up using any of these mods and like them, please let me know. If you have any charm settings or other settings to mods that you guys really like that you don't see me using for some reason in any of my future videos or any of my videos now, please let me know. Or just ones you just like, let me know in the comments if you ever see this video, if anybody ever sees this video. I might break it, like I said, I may have broken it into 2 parts just for the fact that I want it not to be over 30 minutes or an hour long. But you know what? I'll figure it out, you know? I guess we'll figure it out. But anyway, yep, that's the entire video. Now that I've kind of demonstrated, I thought I had a lot more mods, but only a few, you know, only a few 70, you know, bajillion. But yeah, that's all the mods I have for today. I tend to add mods every now and then if I find them. If you guys have any mods you suggest, totally like mention them. I'd love to see a discussion in the future, like when I have an audience, like on what mods you guys like and whether or not you prefer fabric or forage. This was all fabric mods, by the way. I don't think fabric was in the mod loader at all. No, it's not. No, it's not. But no, fabric is what I'm, by the way, fabric is what I'm using, not a forge. I think I've already mentioned that, but I figure I mentioned it again anyway, just in case. But yeah, so these are all fabric mods. If you guys really want me to make a forge mod tutorial, or not even tutorial, but like a forge mod guide on which ones I would suggest on forge, I can kind of do some research on that and dig into that, make a video on that if you guys really want to see it. I personally prefer fabric a lot more, just because it's vanilla plus quality of life, etc. But yeah, that's all I've got for today. Let's hope this video is not stupidly long, but thank you guys for watching. If you guys did watch, please be sure to like the video, comment. I love to see comments. I love, like, if I in the future have a lot of viewers and like you guys watch it, please just leave like anything that's helpful. Like, you guys have any tips or suggestions for my videos, if you guys want to see me have a camera on, just let me know. Anything, guys. I love you guys. Just remember that. Yeah, so that's all I got today. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to leave comments down, and like and share, and I will see you guys hopefully soon. Take it easy, buddy. Peace.